Hi everyone, Wendroff-Valentine here. Still here in the wilds of the South Sonoran Desert. That's right, not far from the Mexican border in hot Tucson. So it's time for your weather report. I don't know, I feel the responsibility to let you people know what you're missing down here. Today we had I do believe our hottest day so far of the heat season. It was 111 degrees today. Hit that about 3 o'clock this afternoon. Yeah. Humidity about 11%, so they say, yeah, it's a dry heat, right? When it gets over about 98, doesn't make much difference. It's hot. We did have a blessed event though last evening. We had our first monsoon of the season. So everybody around here just waits, prays for the monsoons to come. There are these pretty impressive storms that build up in the mountain. You know, Tucson's surrounded by mountains, and these storms just kind of build up in the mountains, and they build up electrostatic energy and what humidity there is, and they just burst just right around this time. We might actually have one for company this evening as I'm playing, but more about monsoons later. Anyway, we did have a little one last night. Had a small monsoon. The wind was just ripping for about 10 minutes, like I wanted to take the roof off of everything. And then it settled down into a gentle drizzle for about, half an hour. But it did drop the temperature for a little while. But today it was back. Like I said, 111 degrees at around 3 o'clock this afternoon. Now it's settled down to a nice cool 106. Anyway, enough of the weather report. How about some music? This is a song that I wrote, or actually it was kind of written for me. Kind of wrote itself. I was doing a gig, a performance at a club up here in Tucson called the Owls Club. It was fairly new at the time, maybe 6 months old. It was, God help me, it was from 7 to 11 of just me. Well, I had a buddy along for some comic relief, but mostly it was me. And one of the cool things about it was they had a baby grand piano still there as far as I know, a very nice one. Mahogany grand piano, a baby grand. It was about, it must have been 80, 90 years old. Had some problems, but for part of the show I played it, and I was just doodling around on it, and it just coughed me up a song, just like that. Gave me a song. So I'm going to play that. It's called Bells. else they'd take us to your elders, especially the ones who play music in the night. And when they ask you about the bells, I leave it up to you to explain to them why they hear bells, the morning bells, in the late afternoon. If they don't stop ringing those bells, they're gonna drive me crazy soon. So what's this little blue indicator on my screen? Let me take a look at this here. Ah, okay. Gee, it doesn't look like anybody's out there looking tonight. Everybody busy looking at the glum news on the, online there. Oh well. Maybe I'll get a good video out of it. If anybody is out there, hi, Wendroff-Valentine. Out here in Wakefield, Arizona. Just waiting for the next monsoon to sweep in. Anyway, here's a couple of love songs. Seems like it's always a good idea. I've been looking for a woman like you, looking for a woman like you. Imagine my surprise, you were right in front of my eyes. Just didn't know that I was looking for a woman like you. You're not the one I had in mind. In fact, you're a totally different design. But now I'm such a fan, I gotta give up my other plans. Just didn't know that I was looking for a woman like you. A woman like you, a woman like you, a woman like you, a woman just like you. I've been searching sort of high and low, in between knowing and not knowing where to go, giving up a lot of times, but you're always somewhere on my mind. Just didn't know that I was looking for a woman like you. A woman like you, a woman like you, a woman like you, a woman just like you. How could I have missed it? What was I thinking? Blinded by the sun? Did I just stand there blinking? I've been looking for a woman like you, looking for a woman like you. Now that I found you, I know exactly what to do. 'Cause I've been looking for a woman like you. A woman like you, a woman like you, a woman like you, a woman just like you. That's how it works sometimes. When you least expect it. Kaboom! And do that again. Kaboom! Well, here's another love song. Take that. ain't taking no wooden nickels. I ain't gonna buy the Brooklyn Bridge. Ain't gonna do the same things, not the same things that in the past I did. I ain't gonna sell myself no bill of goods, pull the wool down over my own eyes. I've always taken comfort where it was offered, but now I got myself a big surprise. I don't know who you are when you're coming, but honey child, let me tell you something. I'm saving my best for you. I don't know what's the holdup, doesn't even matter, 'cause I've never been given to idle chatter. I'm saving my best for you. I was sitting in the lobby of the Congress Hotel when I caught myself a bolt from the blue. Seems to me I've been wasting my time, had nothing really to show. Well, I've done my best, now I'm giving it a rest. I'm gonna see this thing through. I don't know what the odds are, I'm sure they're pretty scary, but I've never been opposed to throwing up a Hail Mary. If I could hurry things along, you know I would do it. Guess I'm gonna have to hunker down and get myself through it. I'm saving my best for you. I'm saving my best for you. Saving my best for you. Saving the best of what's left of me. For you. Well, now here's a story that the heat season always makes me remember. I was a couple of years ago, I had to call my bank for some reason, God knows. I think I found it was $1 million in my account that didn't belong there, so being the kind of guy I am, I was calling him up. Anyway, I got this young fella on the line. And as usually, this is and I'm in Montana. I said, oh, wow, Montana. He said, wow, what's the temperature up there, dude? This was in the middle of summer, just about the same time as I'm sitting here right now. And we had been just through, the same thing as this. The way it is every summer, 100 degree days in a row. And so what's the temperature up there in Montana? He said, oh, it's 65 degrees. I said, oh, well, it's more like 165 here. And he must have looked down at his computer and said, ah, I see where you are. I know exactly where you are. I said, yeah. He said, yeah, you're in Tucson. I said, oh, really? You know Tucson? He said, yeah. I lived there for 6 months one time in the spring and summer. I said, oh, why'd you move? He said, well, because nobody ever told me that Tucson is 1 mile from the sun. And if there was ever a lead into writing a song, that was it. Here it is. How is everything going? Are you still on the run? One smile away from everything, 1 mile from the sun. Did you go there for forgiveness? Did you go there seeking grace? Did you go because the rent's there, or the very lowest in space? the sun, one smile away from everything, 1 mile from the sun. It's hot there, it's hot there, it's very, very hot there. I saw the picture you posted on Facebook today. I barely recognized you. You've been wasting away. I know it's hard to keep weight down when you're sweating like mud. Doesn't help that your new lover is the hungriest one you've ever had. 1 mile from the sun, 1 mile from the sun, one smile away from everything, 1 mile from the sun. Oh, it's hot there, yes. It's hot there, it's very, very hot there. If you can keep your nose clean, you might get something done. You can think your way out of anything when you're 1 mile from the sun. Things can sometimes get heavy, get so not so much fun. With your feet to the fire, 1 mile from the sun, 1 mile from the sun, 1 mile from the sun, one smile away from everything, 1 mile from the sun. Oh, mile from the sun, 1 mile from the sun. Sure felt like that today. Just like we were 1 mile from the sun. Anyway, see, I got some company. Let's see who's here. Missy Regina, how you doing, baby? Feeling better? Where you been for the last, 20 minutes? What were you up to? Hey, listen. I'm gonna try and play some songs tonight that aren't gonna bring you down. Let's see. Here's a cheerful one. This is about a rock and roll band here in town. Well, they're a reggae band. Really brilliant people. It's a husband and wife team, the Falcons. And boy, they're hot stuff. They just before this whole disaster hit the fan, they had a great thing going down here. Every Thursday night they called a tribal gathering. And they'd been working on it for 2 years. And boy, they had tons of people coming here before this monstrosity came along. It just ruined everything. I don't know if we'll ever get back to it, but I love these people. They're just reggae masters. Tony Falcon, the husband, man, he sounds more like Marley than Marley did. I swear to God. So this is a song I wrote about them for them. Listen to the Falcons. Listen to the Falcons. spiky mohawk hair, and a voice that takes you there. Roots rock reggae without compare. Nikki Falcon, Nikki Falcon, queen of the reggae night, keeping the bass line down tight. You know she always gets it right. Falcons in the house, falcons in the house, falcons in the Listen to the falcon. Listen to the falcons. When you hear that falcon sound, you know you can't sit down. You know you just cannot sit down. Listen to the falcons. Cool people. Got some really cool musicians around here in Tucson. I don't know if we're ever going to get to see them again. Anyway, I'm trying to keep the ball rolling. Here's a song about freedom. At least that's what I think it's about. You can come home from work on the eastbound ferry, maybe slipping out of town on the eastbound train. Maybe your life has been in a loop, or your wife just flew the coop, and you just don't know when you might be getting back on track again. You've been traveling hard out on the I-10, maybe riding that number 18 bus down to the Boulevard Veteran, where it's just like on a church's chicken sign glow, like some sort of redemption. I just don't know. You might be hopping on your Learjets, going down Curacao, maybe working like a lab rat in some dime a penny crap shop downtown. Might have just signed up for a one-way ticket to Mars, pushing shopping carts or selling cars, and you just know there's not much more that you're going to handle. Then cometh the hill man, covered with glory, as if from some ancient story. You might have heard when you were really quite young. Cometh the hill man, bearing a sacred message from deep down inside of you. You are free, you are free, yeah, 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 yeah. You might be running with the car leaf, God help you, when it occurs to you that there's something very different that your heart is telling you to do. There's no telling when or where it will hit, only that you've got to get up and go with it. And you can tell that man to hold his Armageddon where the sun don't shine, and you know exactly where that is. Then cometh the hill man. That's right. Cool and resourceful, clear and decisive, informed and fair. Cometh the hill man, brave and humble, generous and kind, who's been to the other side and come back in almost one piece from there. Cometh the hill man, bearing the sacred message from deep down inside of you. You are free, you are free, you are free, you are free, you are free. Yeah, as long as I'm on that. I ride the buses, I walk the streets of the city. What I see here is often not so pretty. People are hurting, seems like they might have deserted themselves, or maybe just been deserted. I see the addicts, they're always going up or coming down. I see the homeless people mumbling and just walking around. I see the veterans, so proud, wounded, out to the neighborhoods. Why are they so dirty? Old beer cans, mattresses, cars that'll never run. Spill over from the front yards, take over the sidewalks. Doesn't anybody else see this? I can't be the only one. Gunshots in the night make me angry and afraid. Is that what makes me want to shout about it from the stage? Must be the Jesus, must be the Jesus in me, must be the Jesus, the modern Jesus in me, must be the Jesus, the modern Jesus, must be the Jesus in me. I read the papers, the internet astounds me with so much violence and so much mindless trash. Is it any wonder nothing seems to make any sense anymore? Just follow the money. Yeah, that'll lead you to the culprits. But that's no excuse, of course. It does take two to tango. And when you're dancing with the devil, the music always sounds so good. I have a gentler vision, full of tact and mercy, and love where beauty reigns and compassion never dies. Couldn't we spread the wealth around just a little better? Is it so impossible? Could we at least give it a try? Mother, forgive them, for they know exactly what they do. Who would any of us be if it were not for you? Must be the Jesus, must be the Jesus in me, must be the Jesus, the modern Jesus in me, must be the Jesus, must be the Jesus, must be the Jesus in me. Mother, forgive us, for we know what we do. Where would we be if it were not for you? We know exactly, but we will not change. Makes me wanna shout about it from the stage. Must be the Jesus, must be the Jesus in me, must be the Jesus, the modern Jesus in me, must be the Jesus, must be the Jesus in me, must be the Jesus in me, must be the Jesus, must be the Jesus in me, must be the Jesus, the modern Jesus in me, must be the Jesus, the modern Jesus in me, must be the Jesus in me, must be the Jesus in me. Well, here's a song I wrote for my dog. Oops. My dog Annie, who's unfortunately not with us anymore. She was a fantastic creature. If any of you have ever had a pit bull, you'll know what I'm talking about. She was a pit bull supreme. We used to go out walking early in the morning before the big heat came on. And, boy, it's the best time to be out if you're a songwriter, for me anyway, because the ideas would just be flowing, and she knew that. And one morning she looks up at me. I could see she'd been thinking. I said, Valentine. That's me, by the way, Michael Valentine, out here in Wakefield, Tucson, Arizona, where we're expecting looks like a storm coming out here, a monsoon. Got a song about monsoons coming up. Anyway, we were out walking one morning. She looks at me. She says, "Look, Valentine, you're a songwriter. You got to do something for us pit bulls. You know, we just got a bad rap. Everybody thinks we're bad, and you know better than that. Could you do something? Can you help me out with this?" And you know, being who I am, you don't really ask me twice to write a song. So this is what I came up with. It's for you, Annie, baby. They're coming down the road. They're coming down the street. They're coming into your neighborhood. Pit bulls for peace. Ain't taking no for an answer. They really mean it, no lie. They got this issue between their jaws, and they ain't letting it loose this time. Ain't talking détente, ceasefire or truce, till all the soldiers come home for good. They ain't cutting this loose. Pit bulls for peace. 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 Pit bulls. Pit bulls for peace. Bringing all their friends, dachshunds and the chows, the Pekingese and Labradors, the beagles and the hounds, the collies and the Saint Bernards, the sheepdogs and the mutts. You're gonna have to end hostilities for good. No ifs, no ands, no buts. Pit bulls for peace. Come on, sing along. Pit bulls for peace. Pit bulls for peace. Pit bulls for peace. Pit bulls for peace. Pit bulls. It's just so unexpected, so totally unprecedented. It's like nothing that you've seen before, or will ever see again for sure. Pit bulls for peace. I love that song. Anyway, so yeah, we had our first monsoon last night. Came really early. They usually don't come till August, and it looks like there's one building up out here right now. You know, like I said, we got mountains all around. Tucson's like in a circle of mountains, and the the mountains build up this electrostatic energy, and moisture builds up and gets to the end of the day. They just can't take it anymore. Those clouds, they just burst and go crazy. So it's interesting. The first time I ever encountered one of these, I'd been told about it, but I didn't know really about it. I was sitting with Annie and watching a movie one night, and this darn thing just burst. It's like boom. It's like anyway, this song is called "The Two Storms." It was written at a time when, I was writing about the monsoon, and it was a storm of my own I was going through. Regina, you might not want to listen to this. It's kind of, it's deep, and I like to make you happy, but I write from my experience. Let's see. Do I have I have a happier one coming up, I think. Maybe not. Maybe you need to be listening to, what's his name? Who's that guy? What's that guy who makes all the money? Tequila. Writes about tequila. Oh, that guy. Anyway, the two storms. Sit back quietly and observe. Let me take this off. Don't get your hair caught, Michael. I get my hair caught in this thing, I'm done. I'm finished. Okay. Sit back quietly and observe the storm. How can the lightning have so many arms? So many ways to embrace the sky before it strikes the earth and dies. You had a premonition it would come to this. Long before you cast your fate out upon the road, leaving the ashes of your marriage behind, but certain words which were spoken come and find you. She said, leave it all. You can leave it all. Now the rain comes down in a mighty flood, and the rolling thunder cracks and thuds. The lights go off, but then they come on again, while you hold on to your breath like it's your only friend. Where were you then? Where are you now? Will you finally unpack the past? Will you lay that burden down? She said, leave it all. You could live is clear, and the sun smiles down from way up there, and the fighter jets go roaring by. Still haven't seen one of them turn into a butterfly. Where did the storm go? It was powerful and loud, but the only thing left was some puffy white clouds. She said, leave it all, leave it all, leave it all. The funeral. True story. Hey, here's the. Every once in a while, I like to write a science fiction song. As a matter of fact, I've written a science fiction novel. It's called Till the Music's Over. Not too many people have read it yet. I hope somebody gets to read it before I die. It's a pretty cool book. It's about 300 pages. It took me a long time to write. As a matter of fact, I'm in the middle of the sequel. So I'm having fun with it. It's helping me get through this isolation thing. I wasn't that isolated until just recently, but now I'm really isolated. So just doing my work. Anyway, this is a science fiction song. We were pulling into Vega system after the long, hard run. She was floating up there on the view screen. Oh man, she sure looked good. We were a long way from New England, distance to make you numb. But my memory still hauntingly reached out to this new song. Somewhere out on level blue, off across the next horizon. Somewhere out on level blue, something bright to set their sights upon. My love, she had eyes like dawn in April, lucid and filled with light. Her beauty mingled with the trees, and the hawk made her his wife. Somewhere out on level blue, off across the next horizon. Somewhere out on level blue, something bright to set their sights upon. My love, may the suns rise up to meet you, red, yellow, and aquamarine. May you always find the love you need and the distances in between. Somewhere out on level blue, off across the next horizon. Well, my time is fleeing along here. So where should I go with this? If I've got time for this. I might have time for this. This is a song that was prompted by a biography I read about the legendary poet Dante Alighieri. Why I'd be reading that is anyone's guess, but there I was. Maybe so I could write this song. Anyway, well, I still have time. I might be able to finish it. I found a painting by Dante Alighieri, hidden away between two ancient, moldy tapestries, at the back of a tiny stall on the Ponte Vecchio in Florence, Italy. While it had been rumored for hundreds and hundreds of years that in addition to being one of history's sublime poets, Dante had also painted, there was no substantial proof that Dante had ever painted anything. And yet, there was something about this picture that gave me pause. Something about the subject matter that reached out to me. Could it be Beatrice as an angel? Parchment white wings spread out above the perpetually strife-torn city of Florence, Italy, beaming down her perfect beauty for all to see. Now nearly 800 years later, perhaps, for you and me. What kind of love is this? Love is this? Is there something here I've missed? What kind of love can this possibly be? What kind of love is this? Astounded by my fortune, I brought my purchase home. Propping it up on top of my piano, began to study it in more detail. Soon noticing a tiny signature and dedication in the lower right-hand corner, nearly obliterated by dust and time, it read, "Ah, Beatrice, a partita Dante." I knew the story all too well. Struck by lightning in the form of a woman, he had spent his entire life in abeyance, total unrequited love, never speaking, never touching. Even long after she was gone, it went on and on. What kind of love is this? What kind of love is this? Is there something here I've missed? There must be something I've missed. What kind of love can this possibly be? What kind of love is this? elevating us to golden heights of peace and tranquility, seldom seen in this life, except through music and painting in a certain way. What kind of love is this? What kind of love is this? Is this something here I've missed? What kind of love can this possibly be? What kind of love is this? A Beatrice, a Perdita del Dante. Well, brings me to the end of my time, folks. Thanks for tuning in. I guess that's what it is. I don't know. Landing in, tuning in. Appreciate it. Love you all for listening. My name is Wendroff-Valentine. I write all these songs. That's what I do. God help me. You soldier on out there. I know these are rough times, but the truth will be revealed about all of this. It will, and you'll know. You'll know. Take care out there, okay? Be safe.